Okay, so you decide. It's one thing to decide. You start looking for venues. You set your eyes on April for something.
Yeah.
Go on with this story.
So we said, okay, let's do this. When? April. So what do we want to do? I think the first thing we wanted to lock in was the date, venue, and then, after that we get the speakers and the conversation. What's that conversation looking like? And through, we always push each other, really push each other. We don't settle for, we will do it until here. So this became the thing for 2024.
Oh.
The one thing I talked about, the 146 earlier, I don't know about Kendi, and we don't even know what this. But it will be in that 146 somewhere. But I'm believing that I believe it's gonna be the one. Yeah. So we identified the venue and everything. Then went for Christmas. That was before Christmas. Went for Christmas, and January hit this way, and we were like, okay, let's get to work. Remember, we still have full-time jobs. We are parents. We are wives, daughters, but we were like, this thing has to happen, and we have 2.5 months or something to go live, announcing for people to come join us in the conversation. And God worked with us from the very beginning. We listed what needs to happen immediately, and then the to-do list that you have for everything. And everything just started falling into place. What even we thought was going to be one day of a summit became like a whole awareness across the month, with different contributors coming in, educators, people who are in the industry in one way or the other saying, I can contribute to this. Kendi is a storytelling coach. And we were like, please talk about storytelling and impact, and then how we bring it. She will do a better job with that one.
Okay, so as she says, we start. We have all we know. All we needed to shake hands on, which is a virtual shake hands. In fact, I was like, but thank God, my leave was starting 15th of December. Even yours was starting sometime.
Yes.
So we had time. We had downtime.
We had time
before going into the real holidays. Yeah. So we talk. We're like, okay, let's do this thing. Then we get to January, because now we've gone. So we are a family. Yes. We get to January. Then we're like, we started a conversation in December, and we know ourselves. So the first conversation we have, we're like, are we doing this? So we interrogate. We're like, but why are we not doing it? So we tell ourselves, if we are doing it, we are doing it well.
Yeah.
And we are doing it well so that the impact is big. And what that means, the start of that is, she said, very well actually, this side, there was human, as in each process of the learning, because there was the learning integrated in the whole process. You would interact with someone, forms, they would ask you, what are you doing? We go to our guarantors. They ask you, so what is this project, before they guarantee you, because they want to know, will you default, will you define, So there was all of that check. Now on this hand, where we found ourselves in this crisis, the crisis hidden behind tech, the first thing we need to do is humanize the crisis. How then do we humanize the crisis? What better way than to bring ordinary Kenyans from different demographics in a space to tell their true personal stories about their money journeys.
Wow, powerful.
And so what that means is, while she said the April is packed with activities, the first physical activity we have in April is a storytelling event where we will have 6 Kenyans between the ages of 18 and 63.
What?
Who represent your story, my story, your reality, my reality, in a room. So that if we are starting from a place where we're thinking, I'm alone in this journey, as we listen, as we resonate, as we interact, as we are aggressively or desperately looking for the info to start, we can start with first identifying and giving this crisis
A face.
a face.
Okay. Take a pause right there. I've got a question about this. Is this accessible to the public? If I'm watching this right now and I want to come for that event, because what I've heard you say that this is a physical event in a space. Is there accessibility for somebody to physically come at this stage?
Yes. So the event is on 6th of April. That is on a Saturday. It is themed stories about money. We now know stories about money is stories about life. We will come physically. Tickets will be available. The URL or where it will scroll,
where to buy
get
yes.
the tickets.
Yep.
We'll be scrolling.
Is that prosperpath.africa?
Yes.
The website?
The website, it's prosperpath.africa, but the tickets are linked to Financial Literacy Month.
Yes.
So the Financial Literacy Month
Yep.
is where the tickets will be.
Okay.
Yes, financialliteracymonth.org.
So
But
let
it will
me
be
say it
written.
right now, it is on the website. I mean, right now in this video, it is what is Kendi saying is scrolling.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's also in the description of this, depending on where it is that you're seeing, or pinned in the comments.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's the first physical event, which is about stories.
Yes.
To give context, it sounds like a TED Talk stroke or like an engage where people come and give they sit down. That's what the event will be happening. 6 people, 6 ordinary Kenyans, different demographics, different male, female, different sexes, giving their financial story.
It is. In fact, what I want to add, if you're in the space of the financial system, the industry, if you're the people behind the tech, if you want to understand why this is a crisis, you actually need to be in the room. Because this problem is so big, Prosper can't do it alone.
Yeah.
We need you to come so that you hear why it is important for us to work together.
I love what you're saying. You're not here to vilify, you're here to work together to find a solution to fix this problem.
Yeah.
Yes,
And what you're also saying is that there is a big problem.
it is.
There's an iceberg that's happening underground that is beginning to show its horns above ground.
Yeah.
It is actually a generation that we need to save, because the rate in which we are going, we lead this conversation as a credit conversation. Who are we helping, Richie? This is a full generation that we are losing. The same generation, she spoke, same story as mine. What helped my mother, who was a teacher, was the circles. As you know, Mwalimu Sako. That's how we developed as a family. When we met her, the first land, when I met her, the first land when she was showing me, you can do it in 6 months, and I'm telling her, you're being too ambitious.
Yes.
She's like, come, I have a way. There's a circle. By the time it is those 6 months when you're getting married, you show savings diligently. You will be able to borrow.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You are definitely Exhibit A.
Yeah.
You,
She's converted.
you know, I love that Kendi is seated here speaking. And I love that from her CTA, definitely the feedback was a lot of people were impressed by her life journey. And a lot of people even said they need a dolly. Part of the reason why I brought you back to CTA, and thank you so much for coming, I brought you to CTA and Kendi back all the way from Dublin.
Yeah.
Is because I truly wanted you to paint the picture for us on what the journey looks like. The path to prosper.
Yeah.
Prosper path.
Yeah.
So 6th, you've defined that really well.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So the rest of the month is going to be filled with